I am not the biggest Rush fan in the world. They are my favorite band, but I don't know in good conscience I can say that I'm the biggest Rush fan in the world. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Justin. Like I said, not the biggest Rush fan in the world, and I say that simply because I know the fandom around the band. I'm sure there are bigger fans than me out there, but they are still my favorite band, and I will stand by that point. I am very excited to see them on their 50-something tour. I'm going to be seeing them in December in Edmonton. Very excited for this show. Third time I will get to catch the Holy Trinity. This is from the first time I got to see them however many years ago. I think, 15, 16 years ago on the Time Machine tour. Probably going to bust this bad boy out, unless that's bad concert etiquette. I don't know. We'll figure that out maybe in a later video. But because I'm such a big Rush fan, annually I do a discography listen through. I listen to all 19 studio albums from Rush. Obviously this year it's going to be extra special, and I decided I was going to make it extra special by kind of doing a deep dive into each of their records. You know, do a full listen through to the record and then see if there's some stories I can't dig up around them, and then I'm going to share them with you here. I hope that's why you're here. Let's get into it. So first off, we've got their self-titled debut record from 1974. This record, in parts, was recorded in the summer of 1973 at Eastern Sound Studios. But the guys in the band were unhappy with the sound that came out of those sessions, so they actually decided to re-record a bunch of stuff in November of 73 at Toronto Sound Studios. They actually produced these sessions themselves to much greater satisfaction. Now, some of the songs from those first sessions, a couple of them were included on the final record, but most of what made it onto the final cut of Rush's self-titled debut record in 1974 was recorded during the second sessions, the sessions November of 73 at Toronto Sound Studios. The only two songs that I could find anyways recorded during the summer sessions were In the Mood and Take a Friend. Those were the two that made the final cut. They released this record under their own record company name, Moon Records. They distributed initially 3,500 copies. The turning point for this record was when it was picked up by WMMS in Cleveland, a radio DJ named Donna Halper. And if you've seen the Beyond the Lighted Stage documentary, if you haven't, I highly recommend you do. It's spectacular. But if you've seen it, you know this story. It was picked up in Cleveland. It comes across this radio DJ, Donna Halper's desk. Working man in Cleveland. It's a steel town, a working town. Working man comes across her desk. She decides to spin it, and you could kind of just say the rest is history there. The popularity spike led to a re-release by Mercury Records in the US, and on this re-release, and actually all other subsequent re-releases of this debut record from Rush, there's actually an album credit that says, "A special thank you to Donna Halper for getting the ball rolling." This record went on to be certified gold in both Canada and the US. So, fun fact for you about this record, and I didn't know this until I, did a little research into it. Have you ever wondered why the lettering on the cover of this record is pink, but then if you see on all of their branding and logo, especially on like social media these days, you see that Rush iconic print and it's red, but on the debut record it was pink? That's because there was a misprint. And I guess the guys were like, well, we need to get it out there, so away we go with the pink magenta lettering. But then down the line with their branding and all that sort of stuff, they were able to correct it and make it red, but they left it the way it was on that debut record. I guess they saw it as the way it was supposed to be. Another fun fact about that fun fact, this actually wasn't the only album of Rush's to have a printing error with the album cover. We'll get to that in a later video. Now, my personal opinion around this record, it's fun, it's quirky. I do enjoy going back to this. I enjoy going back to this record. This band, I do believe, would have done just fine had they stayed the way they were. They wouldn't have become the Rush that we know them to be today, but they would have done just fine. The things I love about this record, this is some of Alex Lifeson's finest guitar work. His chops were on full display. The solos, the virtuoso of guitar on this record is absolutely unbelievable. As well, gotta give it to John Rutsey here. The drumming really is top tier. He's got some phenomenal fills on Take a Friend. Take a Friend was the one that really stood out to me. To say, like, listen to the drum fills on this tune. Spectacular. But it is obvious that there was something missing, and of course that was a quality lyricist. No offense to early Geddy Lee, but In the Mood, not exactly the best Rush song in regards to lyrics. So there was a review I feel like actually sums this up perfectly. Greg Prado from AllMusic nailed it. He said, "While longtime Rush fans can appreciate their debut because they never returned to this style, newcomers should stick with their classics from later years." It kind of sums it up nicely. Where do I place this record on my all-time list of Rush records? Somewhere in the middle of the pack, potentially top 10, because, I mean, Working Man, it's carrying the load. It's an absolute banger, and it definitely brings it up the list. So there you go, a recap of Rush's self-titled debut record, released all the way back in 1974. If you enjoyed this recap as much as I enjoyed doing it, I mean, please give us a like, give us a follow. My goal is to do all of their records, all 19, by the time I get to see them on their 50-something tour in December in Edmonton. And I mean, yeah, it's already February, and there's still 18 more records to go. So I've got my work cut out for me. I get it. Okay? I think what's really gonna get me going on the next one here, though, is the fact that I'm gonna get to do the listen through while I'm doing my research on vinyl, and I'm pretty stoked for that. So stay tuned.